Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's right.
A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics on Rapid 96.5 FM, where we look at issues, of course, matters, developments as these things come up from time to time. It's a wonderful day, talking about Thursday, the 9th day of May 2024. My name is Moses Ben. It will interest you to know. Remember that this week, Monday, in Abia State, the government gave a directive of tricycle paying weekly. But the information reaching us is that that particular instruction or that particular verdict has been reversed. They are now back to the daily ticketing of about 350 naira. Well, from the IGRU department of the state, they are still keeping tab on necessary changes to know how to be able to accommodate this set of persons. That's a good one because we discussed it on this platform. What about those who do not have interest to go out for their work, let's say either Monday, Wednesday, or even Friday? It's a good one from that angle. Incorruptible Sam, a very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint.
Yeah, good morning to you, Moses Ben.
Good to have you.
That happens to be a good news, actually. Maybe we'll talk more about that. But it's a Thursday edition of Standpoint, and we are standing. The points are here for us
The points are everywhere.
Yeah, so many points to actually make. And yeah, it is what it is. And also, our president is back.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's back.
He is.
We don't know what he brought. We don't know whether he's going to do something.
What would you expect that the president would bring back, if not good news? Trying to tell Nigerians, okay, the business trip I went embarked on, of course, this is the report. This is the state of things. We should expect businessmen from international community to come in and establish businesses or collaborate with the existing businesses in Nigeria.
Ben, he hasn't done that.
Well,
this is not the first time
we're anticipating that anyway.
Even if he ends up addressing us is not even the issue now. We want to see something.
Okay.
We want to see it. We want to see something happening. But unfortunately, in as much as they want us to be positive, unfortunately, he's not going to do anything on this travel, this Netherlands and Saudi Arabia. He went there to enjoy himself.
Would that not be waste, or would that not amount to waste of Nigerian funds if you are saying that he went
is
there
what
to
it
do
has
nothing?
always been. You come back, you speak good. You go there, you speak good English. He even praised the youth in Netherlands, telling the youth how the youth are wonderful.
Or telling the international communities how the youth brackets in Nigeria are very, very productive.
Don't market, in as much as the marketing us outside there is also not okay.
You're saying the marketing. It was marketing Nigeria.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
To attract business interest.
Exactly. Like I said, I was saying something. I say,
but you said the marketing.
In as much as going there to demarket us is not good.
Okay.
Also, going out there to market us,
all right,
without anything tangible, to show for it is also not good. Just like when you go there, Incorruptible Sam, very wonderful guy, and I come back here. We know we always fight like as if we are cat and rat. You go out there, you talk good about me. When you come back here, there's nothing to show for it. That's what they do. See, what Nigerians want now is just action. Do you know we'll be happy that the president will even not talk to us in 1 month? Then in 1 month we are getting results. Then people will now be talking. Normally, leaders shouldn't even be talking more than the people they are leading.
At the moment, as we speak, somebody has said that, Mr. President, come on, your cabinet is too quiet. Nothing is happening. We cannot feel the impact. We are not seeing activities.
Impact, that's what just we want, the activities. The ministers working, everybody around him delivering.
Right.
Just imagine, we'll be like, there's nothing to say. Let us do the talking. Though they allow us to do the talking anyway, by shouting. 4 to 5 p.m. now, I'll be here. Shouting.
Odiro easy. Well, that's by the way. On Standpoint this morning, gentlemen, we'll be giving attention to reactions trailing the flag off of 3.5 kilometers Isioma Eke Akpara Road. And also, the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Abia State, denies claims that it consented to waive outstanding entitlements and gratuities owed to its members. We'll give attention to this issue too. Then we stop at the Q1 2024 budget performance report. There are a number of issues around this Q1 2024 budget performance report. Ike Ogbonaya, you're welcome to Standpoint.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I believe, gentlemen, we would swing into action. The governor flagged off the 3.5 kilometer Isioma Eke Akpara road yesterday. Sam, this has added to the ones he has done already. Yeah. However, we are still monitoring activities on those ones to know the level it will get to. Remember, Ferdinand had said that some will be completed in 12 months, some will be completed maybe after 1 year. But the 30 is that's of a Port Harcourt road. The information is that it will be completed by the end of this year or so. But let's get down to the 3.5 kilometers Isioma Eke Akpara road.
A very, very good one. Yesterday I wanted to talk about that, but we had a guest and we needed to pay attention, to him. That road is one of the roads that's made Aba people cry. Like I was in Aba. I spent 5 solid years in Aba. Came 2018 and left Aba just last year.
Because of our engagement, we couldn't join the group to that place. But from the pictorial display, I can say for sure what the situation is all about.
It is very, very, I believe people in that area or around that area, they will be happy right now. You see, how to score points or make people happy as a leader is just very little. If you see people in that area, anything you want to say or talk about OT, if he ends up walking on that road, they won't listen to you. Because under Okezie Bazo, even when Okezie came to my former radio station, that I also asked about that road personally, talked about that road. See, one special thing about that Eke Akpara road, the market is a Eke Akpara market. When I was a baby, that market was one of the market that say from Isialangwa North, people go to that market. Look at the distance. So keep leaving the road that way made so many people in that vicinity to be very, very sad. Now, some people abandoned their businesses in that area. You open your phone lines. If you go to Aba as a radio presenter, open the phone lines. Tell people to talk about the routes that has made them very uncomfortable, made them stop doing some of the businesses that they used to do. That Eke Akpara road will be mentioned 30% out of 100 to tell you that it is a popular road. Now, when I interviewed the former administration, they were like, okay, it's somehow a federal road that they also will look into it. See, they left office. For so many years, it's not even under them. Even the government that handed over to Okezie Bazo did not also pay attention to that road. Now, if OT flagging it off and finishing that road, like I said, that's another big point that he'll be, scoring. And it is what it is.
All right.
So when you say, when we talk about these things, like I've never met OT one-on-one, even I can't wait for him to come to Rapid if it is possible. But see, leading a state as peaceful as Abia State, the people I don't want to believe that we are even cheap. Let me say, Abians, we are even cheap that you come and do little things, we praise you. And these things that you need to do, just do them. and see the thing. So that road is important. I think someone abandoned his property. He said he bought a land they wanted to build. That road was so bad, he abandoned that. I believe that person will start going back now.
All right.
So the community also, they have also been calling on, see, do this road, it's tiring. Keke, some taxis couldn't even pass through that road. It was Okada, and you pay double before an Okada will even take you along. So it's a beautiful one, and I can't wait to go to Aba and see things for myself.
All right, Ike, according to the publication made available by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Kazie Uko, of course, the road that has been deplorable for about 25 years will be completed in 12 months. But I scanned through that publication. The issue we've been having in Abia State when it comes to flagging of road projects is being, okay, where is the accountability, transparency in terms of how much is involved and all of that. I believe I didn't see that, and I cannot find it anywhere. But this is the reality. It was flagged off yesterday.
Yeah, let me join my colleague, my brother, Incorruptible Stamp, to appreciate the governor for, flagging of the construction of the Osisioma Kapara Road. It's a good one, given the fact that it's very strategic. Not just about the market, also the industries. That road is littered, or there are a lot of industries sited in that road, and then with this, access to their factories and facilities will be, easier. And of course, I know that that's where I used to have the NNPC depot, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a good one, but then, like I always say, I want to see the governor flag off longer roads. This is 3.5. And then this one is reconstruction. So I want to see brand new, virgin roads, Tiaroba roads that you started from the scratch, maybe like 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers, you understand? I want to see that. Those are, for me, those are more enduring legacies that he can leave to make the much expected difference that we're expecting. And then, of course, like you rightly said, we've been having this challenge of not making public, the figures attached to this construction. Well, if you want to preach transparency, I think it should be driven to its logical conclusion. We're talking about transparency. Let's begin to see the cost of these roads that have been awarded. We have not seen any. It has not been made public. And the idea of constantly referring media men to the
ministries,
and then the ministries are also not forthcoming. So it's as if so many things have been shrouded in secrecy. So let's begin to see these things, so that people can appreciate it better. People can also, maybe because we can also reconcile and okay, fine, this is fine, this is okay, this is not okay, this is rather too exorbitant. So that's what we are looking forward to seeing road constructions, cost of road being made public.
All right. Thank you so much, Ike. This morning, as I said, the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Abia State, has come up to say that they did not consent to the waive outstanding entitlements and gratuities owed to its members. And also, Quarter 1 2024 budget, there are discrepancies around this particular performance report. Joining us on Standpoint this morning is a public affairs analyst and social commentator, Eric Ikuagwe. Very good morning to you, and thank you for joining Standpoint.
Thank you so very much, Ben. Good morning, audience.
How have you been? It's been a while. We've not heard from you.
Well, I'm good. I'm enjoying the best of my life.
All right, that's good to know. Let's swing into action quickly, sir. It was that yesterday also, we saw somewhere the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Abia State. Let's kick off the conversation with this particular point. That has vehemently denied claims that it consented to waive outstanding entitlements and gratuities owed to its members. This rebuttal comes in response to assertions that you are aware that such an agreement was reached in the memorandum of agreement signed by both parties before the disbursement of pension arrears during Governor Alex Otti's administration in April. There's been controversy around the payment of pension to pensioners in Abia State, where they said they've cleared from either 2019 down to this year. Let us have your reaction to this development.
Well, Ben, you can agree with me that once something you cannot talk about hide forever is lie. At a point, the truth will always prevail. it is a penchant of this Otis government to keep lying about things, and they have elevated lie into a policy of state. Let me tell you what I mean. Remember some weeks ago, or about a month ago, the social media and national dailies was awash with stories of Abia government having cleared 9 months arrears of pension, 9 years arrears of pension. And we went out to say it is not correct, because myself, I have a mother who is a pensioner, and I know the amount of money she got. It wasn't anything close to it. And I went on to the social media through my Facebook handle to say my mother received just 9 months, which was owed her under Otis government. And the charade that was going out there and the lies they've elevated as policy of government keep confusing the gullible. But today, I am happy that the Nigerian Union of Pensioners themselves have come out to say, as a union, that one, they never received 9 years payment of their gratuities, arrears of pension. That is settled. 2, that they never gave any waiver. They never allowed government to forfeit, because my mother was not taken into confidence. She was not asked of her opinion before that so-called agreement was already reached. And if you read carefully, you see where it was said to mean that the ESCO members of the Abia Union of Pensioners were they were pressured into signing whatever agreement that was signed, and they didn't read through. So I think what happened, if you're a careful person, you know what happened is they hid some aspects of the MOU away from these old men. So presented the surface, and they signed. Okay, when they signed...
All right, then Eric, you continue with your point. Is it not far away from the truth that one could just sign a document without going through it word to words? What about this angle? It's a kind of...
allow me to make my point. I've not even made a point. I am saying that whatever these old men were forced to sign wasn't their intention, even the ESCO, because my mother has told me repeatedly that she never gave any consent for anybody to sign on her behalf to forfeit her gratuity and pension. What I'm saying is, this government has again been exposed for its policy of lies, propaganda, and twisting of facts. That is just the fact. That letter has shown us that they never cleared any 9 years arrears, as they make people to believe, people who live in Lagos, people who live outside the shores of the country. That is the information they pass there. But the reality on ground is different from what they create on social media. So the reality is they never paid any 9 years pension. And let me tell you, from the Q3, I know I will enter the Q1 discussion, but let me tell you that what the government paid as pension is only 1.2 billion. 1.2 billion as contained in their quarter one financial report of 2024. So, and the government go around bandishing figure of 9 billion. Where did they get the 9 billion that was not captured in the budget performance? So we are going to get into that, but we have been able to establish yet again that this is a government of lies, propaganda, and twisting of truth. Then they exaggerate things to create an impression that is not in consonant with the reality on ground. So Abians, welcome to a government that will tell you good morning today when it is good afternoon. So it's shocking, it's surprising. Their lies keep falling and the truth keep coming up. So lies can last for a little time, but truth will always, at the end of the day, defend lies. So they've been exposed that one, these old men were forced, they were hurriedly and they were pressured into signing an MOU they didn't read through. Now, let me tell you, Ben, at your age, they bring a document for you to sign. You will go through to know what you're entering into. But at these people's age, and then you understand the aura that's around the governor, and you're forced to sign a document which they didn't read through. Today they have backtracked to say, we didn't. And they are going to court to challenge it. So if they are signing any document, my mom, who is a pensioner, will sign to say, I never gave them authority to sign on my behalf. So it is clear now that it's only 9 months that he owed them that he cleared, then using that as a bait to force these elderly people, these persons who have given 35 years of their lives, you force them to forfeit it. If you can't pay, let it be there. Another governor will come tomorrow and continue. But for you to tell them to wipe it off, that they waived it for you, why? How? Pay the much you can, pay what you can. But don't force them. Don't ever force them because you want that story to go out there that you have cleared 9 years pension arrears. What happened to coming to tell Nigerians, okay, these guys forgave, they asked me to wipe off the 9 years they have been owed and continue on a fresh note. What happened to such a truth? Why must a government be lying? Why must a government be twisting facts? Why must a government be always involved in controversy? So that is what I want to say on this one.
All right.
And that's the situation. So the truth is finally out.
All right. Still in that memo, before we move down to the next issue, the council pulled up a concern that they have this plight of some living pensioners in some parastatals who have not been duly verified for no fault of their own. They mentioned certain establishments that these persons have not been receiving pension even as we speak. Then the other angle they pointed out is the issue of the next of kin, that these persons under this category have not also been receiving pension. What do you make of all these things too?
And it's still the problem of government. Now you punish our elderly people for issues that are no fault of theirs. It is the system thing. I know how many times I had to take my mom there to do her bio, but the system will not capture, the system will be down. And then I wonder, a government that so prided itself to be, okay, to going to do something different. Ordinary capture, even civil servants, most of them have not been paid for no just cause. And if they do it once or twice, they will label you a ghost worker. So majority of these, most of these pensioners have not been paid. That is why you see the disparity between what the government is quoting, 9 billion, and what was actually spent, 1.2 billion. So it means a whole number of these pensioners have not been captured for no fault of theirs. So, and the government keep lying. It is still another lie they are peddling out there. For people to believe they've paid 9 billion.
Don't you think that
their system is faulty?
Yeah, Eric,
their system has always been faulty.
Don't you think that the government is taking time to correcting these issues than saying that
be humble enough to tell Abbians the truth? Let me tell you, Ben, what do you mean? If the system have not captured most of these pensioners, be humble enough to tell them that we've just paid 1.2 billion based on your quarter one performance, budget performance report. Don't go telling us that you have cleared 9 years when you wrote it off. Now, there's a difference. There's a difference between twisting of facts. Now, something happened. You believe they signed off an MOU to you for you to waive out 9 years for them. Okay, then what stops you from stating that out there, from being exact about what happened? Why the exaggeration that Governor breaking news, Governor clears 9 years arrears? It sends another signal from when you are truthful about it to say, okay, we went into an MOU, they asked me to pay what I owe them, then they forgave the rest. It is a different conversation. You can't say you're saying the truth when it is not actually what happened. Now, in the issue of verification of these and capturing of these pensioners, the system is always faulty. Very, very faulty. Sometimes the name will not prompt up. Sometimes age will not prompt up. Sometimes even your ministry will not come in there. Now, to whose fault is it? Your fault. Then you come out to tell Abbians that you have paid 9 billion. When in actual, what you paid was just 1.2 billion. Who are you lying to? What do you expect to gain? Just to build political capital. Just to, create an impression that you're doing wonders. When in actual, those people who you're lying about are suffering it. It is all pure lies. These are intentional lies. You don't tell me that you know quite well. You entered it in your own report. In your own report from the government website. Let me tell you, please, I'm directing every Abbian or every person who is interested to go to abia-state.gov/annual/budgets. Let me take it again. abia-state.gov.ng/annual-budgets. Go there, click in. Please fill your eyes. Everything I'm telling you here is contained in the quarter one report. So you paid just 1.2 billion, and you come to tell us you paid 9 billion. Who are you lying to? Who do you want to impress? Those who live in America, those who go to lie about that there's a 10 billion missing. Is that the people you want to impress? Whereas the old people, and how do these people even sleep at night? My own poor mother got something that is not half of what you're claiming. And you think it is proper to lie against them and you go to bed. It is better you owe them. Let me tell you, so that they believe that somebody is owing the one that another governor will pay. Then you coming to lie against them that you have cleared 9 years salary? How do they sleep? And a government that have so much bragged about this their sainthood, living above board. You go out there, you create a false impression. But the reality on ground is that it has always been lies upon lies upon lies. Which one will I tell you and which one will I leave? A government that tell you it is coming to entrench probity, prudence, and transparency. What has happened? What do we know about the kilometer, the cost of roads in Abia? What do we know about the process of awarding contracts? It is in this particular government that a governor, before he took over office, took a particular contractor to a site, and today the contractor is doing that site. Yes, you think Abians are that gullible that will not ask about cost. You think Abians are that gullible will not ask about procedure. Come on, if we know about cost, that is a function. That is a function of the value you have given to us.
All right.
You can be doing a kilometer of road for 6 billion and you say you're helping Abians. No. Yeah, the gullible might clap for you. But there's a particular class of people who will step back and say, no, come on. You don't do this. You have to borrow 400 billion to fund your present budget. And so if over 84% of the funding of your budget will be on borrowing, please, you should be prudent how you spend people's money.
All right.
57.7 million daily on servicing the governor's office. It should get every angry.
All right.
I'm so pissed off.
All right, Eric. One of the cardinal things that the governor made available before he clinched the position of the governor's Abia State was the issue of payment of salary and even pension. With this revolution, what could this portend for this government?
It just means the same thing, that the government has no blueprint. It is just about word of mouth. It's just about mesmerizing people with words that you cannot fulfill. Now, there is nothing wrong about a government being humble to say, hey, this is the challenges I have. But you can't be able to tell Abians that because of the level of FAC allocation that has been coming to you. This enhanced FAC allocation will puncture every excuse you want to give. So that is why you see them put one lie or the other. Now, every government worker that belong to MDAs that the previous government paid, you're still doing the same thing. And the worry is they are being paid with pre-2019 salary structure, when other states have moved on to capture what they call the wage award to cushion the harsh effect of subsidy removal. And you're still paying Abians 18,000. You go to bed and sleep when other states, surrounding states, are even adding more money. Just recently, Ebonyi added extra 10,000. Anambra is paying. Only you and Zamfara have refused to add a kobo. And I hear the labor people, blow hot and cold. How can you say you're a labor union and you massage the ego of somebody who is supposed to do the needful? These funds have been provided. It's not like there was a special fund given to them to pay. No. But the enhanced FAC allocation sees to it that you pay these people extra and you have extra left for you. But how can you pay extra when you're doing a kilometer road for 6 billion? When you don't know who you give contracts to? When you wager the FAC allocation for 4 years now, from what we saw in Access Bank, what's it called? Loan finance, contract finance loan. You have already wagered the 4 years FAC allocation. And you're depending on loan to finance your budget. So how can you pay? Now listen to me, the danger of what I'm saying. If there is a little upward review of, which I know is going to happen very soon, of minimum wage, let's say 100, 150. It's either he sacks Abians or he will not be able to pay. Because it is in the document, it's in the budget. I could remember when I was shouting that what was apportioned for recurrent expenditure, which captured the salary, the personnel cost, was very low, 14% as against capital. Now we understand what happens. Now we know why capital expenditure is about 84%. Now we know.
All right. We are due for a break at this point. When we return, we'll be giving attention to the Q1 2024 budget performance reporting because of the let's say, should I consider it to be misunderstanding? But there are controversies around the Q1 2024 budget performance report of Abia State. We'll do that after this short break. This is Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Arrive alive. Respect traffic rules. Do not drink and drive. Do not drive and drink. Every life on the road is precious. Drive safely. Be attentive and ensure your journey doesn't become a tragedy.
Stop wa on our roads. Nwanne m onye Abia. Mata na ndụ gị dị ndị Abia mkpa. Kwụsị wa n'okporo ụzọ anyị. Drive safely.
This message is powered by Abia State Orientation Agency.
Ozia, Sinaka Abia State Orientation Agency. Na-abịara unu.
Akahu mara maga kruyonye Bilos Penti. Oh, I boy anya pika Bilos Penti. What German na Penti? Just use go there for once and you go chewing gum for your wall on in short, the Penti get antifungal. That is to say, nyama no go fit attack your wall. Lie, closey, emotion, satin, stantes, mat, even self with Tesco. Go try ni de Penti na 080-350-87498 or 091-3888-4292. We there for number 8 Mission Hill behind God is Good Motors. Oh my here. Bilox Penti. Iwo tam tam.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetic Stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and the happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Omahia, or number 28 School Road, Omahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsglean@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetic Stores. Quality is our name. Signed, Management.
Rapid 96.5 FM Starrise Eviction is here.
We are grateful to the following:
Honorable Anderson Akaliro, member representing Omahia North State Constituency.
Gawai's Logistics Company Limited, number 2 Ojike Street off Bende Road, Omahia, Abia State.
Ellis Wares, number 28 Azikiwe Road by School Road, Omahia, Abia State. Elix, Friends of Your Wardrobe.
Onyem's Pharmacy, 21 Azikiwe Road by School Road, Omahia. We care, God heals.
Luwani Mondo, number 27 Azikiwe Road, Omahia, Abia State.
Rapid Starrise. More supporters wanted.
Rapid 96.5 FM.
The sound of your city.
Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drip. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you I'm leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employer of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
Yeah, welcome back to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city. We are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook at Rapid 96.5 FM. Ike and Incorruptible Sam, you're welcome back to the program.
Yeah, thank you, Ben.
Thank you very much.
All right, we still have our guest virtually this morning, a public affairs analyst and social commentator, Eric Ikwagu. You're welcome back to the program, sir.
Thank you, Ben.
Let's move down to the Q1 2024 budget performance report. As you know, that the total budget outlay for 2024 fiscal year is about 567 billion 240 million 95,972 naira. Given the Q1 budget performance report, we realized that at its conclusory angle, that Abia State 2024 Q1 revenue performance, as at this time reporting, was about over 52 billion naira, and then the total actual expenditure resulted to over 50 billion naira. There have been issues, controversies around this Q1 2024 budget. Let us have your input on this.
Well, let me state that why we're able to even be seeing this is as a result of safeguards by World Bank, which was entered into by the previous administration, wherein governments are urged to publish their quarterly reports, financial reports, and earn some money. So if it were possible, they wouldn't have been showing us this. But because it has been entered already, so it is not out of anybody's magnanimity.
But the government didn't say, you've not seen it anywhere that they
I'm just giving a background. I'm just giving a background so that we understand how this document is reaching to us.
All right.
If not, we will believe, some other people might erroneously believe that it is out of how clean and transparent the government is. That is why we are getting this report. No, but I'm telling you, it was scepters from World Bank that you earn money by publishing your quarterly financial report. So having said that, I think you're correct when you say we have over 500 billion as the total budget for this current fiscal year. And out of that, let me add that over 400 billion is expected to come through loans. And we ask, is it okay to borrow money to finance your budget? I said yes, if you're transparent about it, if the infrastructure you're going to use those loans for are infrastructure that are going to be economically viable. So those are the parameters you look at and say, okay, it is good to borrow to fund a budget. But what we are saying, every Abian should be afraid. I'm not capturing the Abians who do not understand what financial records are talking about. I'm not talking about Abians who will come to ask me, where were you when it happened before? If we must move forward, we must start keeping government accountable. Remember, the present governor stood his ground and opposed the previous government for 8 years. So there's nothing wrong in putting the record straight. I don't know why Abians are drawn into attacking your person when you put things right. I have challenged them to look at the records, and I've given the website. So these records are there. And with what I am seeing, it should get every Abian afraid. Let me give you, for instance, that a governor that said he wouldn't collect security votes. You know, he entered when it was Q3 of 2023. That was when we started knowing his records, because the Q2 was a little bit of the old government and he's just 1 month from his. So from Q3 of 2023, he took over. It was just his clean sheet. And we started seeing figures where servicing of his office was about 5.4 billion, security votes 2.8 billion. And people started questioning. And we give the kudos to a brother of ours who is resident in Scotland. Yesterday, he was the darling of the people in government today. Today, he is their enemy. But that guy has been consistent, so we must give it to him. And if you are learned about financial entrance, you understand that the money will be there, but you move subheads. Now, when a close perusal at what they have given us today, you wonder what is research and development for 3 billion. And it has come in twice. So at every 3 months, you put capacity building. At every 3 months, you put capacity building of 3 billion. And we ask, what is capacity building? If the bureaucracy has not felt your building capacity, then who is enjoying this capacity building? Who have you built the capacity? It's a question. And we're beginning to wonder, how will a government that is owing civil servants, that have not captured a lot of people, a lot of civil servants in your so-called endless verification, can have the luxury of spending 899 million on refreshments. Come on. Welfare, 952 under 9 months. Now, when you tabulate it, it means you have an average of 600 million per day.
That 899 million naira is not just for him. It has it here.
No,
government house, government house restaurant. Okay.
Over time.
Yeah.
See, these things are captured governor's office.
Okay.
You know, you have the deputy governor's office. So this thing is captured under the governor's office. And we know the governor's office is in Ivose. And at the end of the day, when you do the breakdown from Q3 to 2023 till now, the governor has serviced his office with 57.8 million naira every day. So every day he takes 57.8 million naira to service his office in his place. And there's a strange entry again that was media station, governor's office media station. You and I know that the governor's office is in his village. So he has spent 638 million under 3 months. And only God knows what that thing is, media station. Meanwhile, the BCA on quarter 3 took 659 million. Today, they reduce it to 88 million. Then you have different variations of media that takes chunks and chunks and chunks of money. Now, you say you're constructing waterways. Are we in a coastal area? Are we planning to invest in ferrying people from where to where? That you spend a whopping 290 million on construction of waterways? Come on, give me a break. You can confuse the gullible. You can confuse those people out there who will call to insult me. But the facts remain that they have not even they don't even understand what budgeting is. So a man who doesn't understand what budgeting is, how will you even understand when we're talking about figures? This is not about PDP or APC or Labour Party. It is about governance. And it is the individual who is on the saddle that you are questioning. How come these strange entries? You say you're going to be prudent. You told us you're not going to collect security vote, that the security vote is a conduit executive governors used to steal money. Today, when you do the averaging of 9 months, we spend a security vote of 10 million every day. Even the time Abia was in the heatest moment of security challenges, we didn't spend this month 10 million every day on security votes. Come on, give me a slide.
Since the governor
you buy vehicles every other day for every other day. Every quarter you see purchasing of vehicles.
Yes,
2.something billion.
I can remember
on purchase of vehicles.
I can remember when the governor said that he would not be collecting security votes anyway.
But today, go to the entries now.
Since then, I've not heard him anywhere come up to say that.
Please,
I have been collecting
but I've given you. You see what? You are a journalist. You should be confirming this because I've given a website.
I have the document with me.
And when you go to the Q3 of 2023. You will see security votes, comfortably seated at 2.8 billion, taking over 5%, because then the total revenue was about 25 billion. And you spent 2.8 billion as security votes. And if they ask you, say you went to Umunoch to clear some debris there and excavated 1 million, whatever, I'm just exaggerating, 1 million skeleton, nobody saw. Will you believe that a government that loves propaganda, that loves to be in front of the cameras, will excavate thousands of skeletons and we didn't know? And could we have spent 2.8 billion doing what?
We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. You continue with that point. Just hold on. Let's bring in our listener at this point. The program is quite interactive. 09160 000965 or 09160 333 965. We're also live on YouTube and Facebook at Rapid 96.5 FM. We have been giving attention to the reaction from the Nigerian Union of Pensions in Abia State, saying that the claims that it consented to waive outstanding entitlements and gratuities, of course, is false. What's your thoughts on these issues? You're welcome to Standpoint. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen in the house.
You're welcome.
My name is Engineer Sam. I'm calling from Akoli Nation Kingdom.
All right, Engineer Sam, you're welcome.
The analyst in the house. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, we greet you.
I carefully listen to what you are saying, and I will give you 100% of whatever you're saying. I'm not a party partisan to anyone, but anyway, all these thing analysis you are doing, do you have your proof and all these things? Because I can remember vividly when the governor said, I will not call it a security vote because the security vote is a scam. But today you are saying every day is 10 million naira. How sure about that? Secondly, there's a question you ask yourself, and I want you to answer it again. Where were you people when PDP 24 years misrule in this state? This analysis you are giving, were you not there? Do you not see it? What was going on there? Were you blind then? Were you dumbfounded? Were you paid not to say something? Please tell Nigerians and Abians. God bless you.
All right, thank you so much. 09160 0000965 or 09160 333 965. We still have our guest online who would react to the questions you are putting across this morning. Eric, if you had listened to him clearly, but let's keep interacting with our callers this morning. You're welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning.
Good morning. Your name and location, please.
Good morning, my guest in the house. This is Ekele Solomon.
All right.
And I'm calling from Momoanya.
Okay.
I want to be particular about what the analyst is saying. It is very important, and I told so many people about this government. Yes, they have been doing very well, and our governor have been trying to make sure that he fix some roads and do a lot of things that the Abians are very happy about. But my fear is this. I wouldn't like a government that will tell us that we built a road for 50 billion, whereas we actually spent 15 billion for that road. This is my problem, and this is why I always lament about when people say that this governor is an economist, he is a this, he is a that, and I wouldn't like a situation where we will fall into the hands of an economist that will believe that will ravage the situation in the state and end up falling into a pit.
All right.
This is a problem. I would like the governor to look into all this propaganda, if it is a propaganda or if it is a real issue. I would like the governor to look into it, come open, come clear to Abians and tell us how much are you using to fix this road? How much are you spending on so thing? How much are you spending on budgeting on the payment of salaries and this and that?
All right, make up your point.
Let there be open ground so that Abians will understand where we are and where we are going to. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you for your contribution. A very good morning to you. Thank you for joining Standpoint. You're welcome. All right.
I want to first remind our government, let me say our government because I don't want to say governor, that when they were coming on board, they mentioned they hammered on transparency, and that is exactly where people, you can see some people are now talking tough because of their administration. One, because it's what you just presented before the people, what they are using to, attack you. So please, I don't know if they have forgotten that they were saying that every day by day or month by month, that they are going to be giving every of the activities, presenting it to before the Abians, telling them how they are spending their money or what they are doing in project or any project they are coming up with. So that's how they were telling us when they were coming on board. So that is exactly the reason why people are talking tough. Then I want to say this. Irrespective of the person that said this, just like Chukwu Densa, listening to him very carefully on one of the radio stations, he was saying that the excessive spending is not supposed to be welcome. That there are some certain areas where you're supposed to channel the funds or channel the resources. Because Abians now, some people are complaining that they are still owning areas, which I know that I have a teacher, I always say it whenever I call. I have a teacher, they are still owning areas. Then again is this, some pensioners are still complaining that they are not receiving their own, some say that they even what they got is not actually.
All right, make up your points. Your time is up already.
So please, nobody's attacking the government, so please let them have a listening ear.
All right.
What people are saying, try to curtail their expenses, what they are spending.
All right, Don Casey guy, thank you so much for your contribution. It's good to have you join Standpoint. Good morning.
Oh, wow, I'm grateful. I got through. Sir Brahmado on the line, Brahmado.
Mother, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Yeah, sir. I just have to speak. Somebody has spoken actually what is in my head. So I'm trying to buttress that point now. If this is your guest, it's like a fault finder. If you don't mind, I hit the nail on the head. I don't give a damn.
Please just go straight to the point, Bro Madu, and then let us have your opinion.
Yes, for 24 years that this government PDP had ruled out their state, and they were owing. These people never spoke, and they never shouted. Look, what I'm trying to say now, as a matter of fact, it's like this: the government should cut off or lay off these pensioners and pensions, because it's like they're not appreciative. Some of them are ingrate. Instead of appreciating the government, encouraging him that, of course, if it's going you, he will settle it with a little
but there are pensioners. There are pensioners. Please, Madu,
come on. This guy cannot Madu,
please, you cannot. You don't say that. I'm coming, Eric. Let me address the issue. Please, if you're calling in, go straight to the issue. There are pensioners who have come up to say that they have not received their money. So you don't make such a statement on air. We beg you, please. Be guided.
Yeah, but the way your guest is actually addressing it,
it doesn't mean go straight to the point, tackle the point, and do not tackle the character here, please.
Read meanings into every word or statement that somebody makes. Read meanings. What they call, psychology. Read meanings where they are going.
All right.
The government is trying. Those who are yet to be paid should take time. We will pay them. Pay their love peacefully, and you will pay them. Not to run down the government. He's trying. What they could not do 24 years ago. This man is took the bull on the.
All right, you have used your time already. All right. All right, we appreciate.
This man. You couldn't do what the man is doing.
Your time is up already. We appreciate your contribution. Anyway, let's be guided. You can't say that the governor should cut off payment of pensions. What do you mean? I don't understand. People who have worked for a number of years.
Does he even have the right? He doesn't have the right.
So please, let's be guided. Understand what we are talking. Do not tackle characters on this program. Go straight to the issue. Face the issue, and then make your point. You're welcome to Standpoint. It's good to have you join us this morning.
Good morning, Moses.
Good morning, sir.
I'm Okafor Chinedu. I'm calling from Omai.
All right, Okafor.
Yes, I think the governor should just check and re-examine the profession and the professionalism of those his financial managers, because I see them making a bogus and unclear financial presentation. So they should look at it. Each time they make presentation, it will need the governor or somebody to come and make clarification. So they should know that they are no longer in the banking sector. Now, coming to that of pensioners, I think the governor should do whatever he can to tidy up whatever that concerns the pensioners, which I still blame the union leaders who took that decision without informing their members. These are the little it doesn't matter that matters in governance. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
All right, thank you, Okafor. We appreciate your contribution. You're welcome to Standpoint. Okay, we lost that call. 09160 0000965 or 09160 333 965. Eric, we'll get back to you shortly, but let's speak with this caller. You're welcome. Good morning. Hello.
My name is Mr. Solomon, and I'm calling from Imo State.
Oh, Mr. Solomon, you're welcome.
Yes, I mean, I'm really baffled that they blame PDP for. I'm not a party member anyway, but you blame a party for some misadministration for like 24 years. Then a new party comes in, is almost following the same pattern, but just because he's spending so much on infrastructure development, you leave the other aspects where they are lagging behind, and there are so much lapses. And for instance, nobody wants to see such. This is similar to what Rochas did in Imo State. In his first tenure, Rochas spent so much on infrastructure, but come to second tenure, what happened? Teachers voted massively for him in his first tenure to come into the second tenure. But second tenure, we started seeing something else. There was lack of accountability in second tenure. And the same thing is following the same government right now. We are seeing so much investment, but how are you spending it? Where is the money coming from? What actually are you spending? I mean, how much are you actually spending? Nobody's saying this because if you look at it, he's doing what PDP didn't do for 24 years. I mean, we really need to check a lot of things because this is just 1 year. We're already discussing this. What will now happen in 4 years' time?
All right, thank you so much. We'll allow you to end it at that. What will now happen in the next 4 years. Eric, you have just 50 seconds. Let us have
Okay, let me round out this. Unfortunately, I tell you, people will always ask what did PDP do? And I'm telling them that Alex Oti took Abia to the highest level and demarketed Abia because he wanted to be governor. There was nothing he didn't say about Abia. Today, he's on the saddle and we're having these issues. I still say let them go to the government website and challenge if any entry or any pronouncement are made here about financial figures are false. You know, when somebody said, is it true? Why would somebody who thinks he's learned enough that comes on radio to talk challenge that? Now, it is these poor pensioners that supported you against the previous government. Today, somebody's asking you to ask them, somebody's calling them ingrates. Imagine that. They wore black for you every day. You push them to come out the streets of Omaya to demonstrate. Today, are they better off? Now, these Keke people, that you see them rebrand their Keke into somebody's face. Today, you're governor. And you're asking them to pay. In fact, the insensitivity of this government is even annoying.
All right, Eric,
how
we'll
will somebody tell me?
Yeah.
I'm coming. Let me drop this.
We're out of time completely. Yeah, we're out of time.
You don't even understand what it for an average Keke man to bring out 1,000 at once and give you. Because he can able to afford 250 in a day, because he eats from hand to mouth. You think it's easy for him to pay in a month, and they ask you, what if the keke spoils or what if they get ill?
That order has been reversed as we speak.
On my closing, the same. We will keep keeping the government accountable.
All right.
Thank God there is SafeTask, World Bank, quarterly financial report.
Thank you.
We will see it the next 3 months. I will challenge him.
All right, public affairs analyst and social commentator Eric Ikuagu, thank you so much for your time on today's program.
Thank you for having me.
All right, gentlemen, Ican Incorruptible, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
The news and light is up next at 10 o'clock. Standpoint returns tomorrow. My name is Moses Ben. Good morning.
Breaking news fast. News Light on Rapid 96.5